This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
We're here at Naperville North with varsity wrestler Stevie Schmult. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So this year has been going pretty good for you guys so far. What have you guys liked about the start of the season?
I think we like that we're really we're like a team this year. We've been wrestling as a team, kids getting bonus points where they should, kids not giving up bonus points where they shouldn't. So I think the team aspect of it is really there this year. So we really like that.
Now you are in your senior year here. So what about this senior year so far have you liked and maybe not liked about it?
There's not really anything I haven't liked, but what I have liked is kids stepping up where they should, and like seniors showing that they're seniors, they're captains, they're beating kids they should, they're making close matches with kids that they should have close matches with. And personally, I think I've been doing my part on the team, so everything's been going pretty well.
You have one loss on the season so far. So what is that like to show that maybe some of the younger guys that are just coming up to varsity for the first time, you got a lot of subs coming in with injuries and whatnot. So what is that like to show that the younger guys what it takes to win matches?
I think that a lot of them have seen like the work that not just me, that the other captains, other seniors, even juniors have put in, and if they want to be good, if they want to be state caliber, then they're going to have to put in a lot of work. It's not an easy sport, so it's not going to be an easy ride if you want to be at the top.
Sure. So you made state last year. Speaking of state, what was that experience like, and how do you take that into your senior year?
Oh, that was a great experience. That was probably the best experience I've had as a wrestler, being with my coach and my teammate from last year, Chris. There's nothing like going to the state tournament. It was being under lights and all that was probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. But that just gives you the drive when you're watching the state finals and they have the lights and it's just people walking out to the intro. That kind of drives you to work harder because you want to be there next year. So it kind of gave me an extra push to do something more this year than just qualifying.
Now that is different about wrestling than other sports, is that the spectacle of it. The lights dim, you have the one spotlight on the varsity mat. So what is that vibe like when you get out there knowing that it's just you and your opponent?
Oh, there's absolutely nothing like it. I mean, I've played other sports, I've played team sports. Wrestling is completely different. When you're out there one-on-one, you can't blame your coaches for your loss, you can't blame your teammate for your loss. It's probably you get the biggest adrenaline rush just from seeing the lights dim and there's a solo light on you, and there's nothing like it. Hand raised or not, it's the greatest feeling.
So what got you into wrestling? You said that you played some team sports, but what made wrestling stand out to you?
Well, I got into wrestling because my uncle wrestled at Lyons Township and then Eastern Illinois, and my other uncle wrestled, my grandpa's. So wrestling's been in my family for a long time, so my mom kind of threw me into it when I was little, and then it kind of just stuck. I got my family's genes from it. But why I stayed with wrestling is because I like the physicalness of it, and I like that you're dependent on yourself. Because sometimes I would mess up a play in another sport, and my teammate would, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. So I really like relying on myself to win or lose.
Wrestling is a different animal. There's no doubt about it. So how do you switch that mindset, switch that gear from a team aspect to your individual goals, I guess?
You still have to wrestle, I guess, for the team, but when you're out there, you kind of have to think what's best for you at the time. So you don't want to throw a headlock or something, get yourself pinned, because it would hurt the team, but it would also hurt you. But in the end, it's still it's still mostly an individual sport where you're trying to help do the best for yourself when you're out on the mat, I guess.
Now you're out there still on one-on-one, but you're relying on your coaches. You can hear them in the background barking at you. What has it been like to have Coach Champion in your corner this entire time?
Oh, I've known it's been great. I've known Coach Champ for years now. Ever since I was in the 4th grade, I think I started wrestling at North. So having known him that long, he's been able to help me through the years. So he really knows what I'm good at, what I'm not good at, and what positions I can do. So having him in my corner has really helped me a lot because he knows me probably as a wrestler probably better than anybody else does.
So when you see what he's been able to do, coaching state champion after state champion, knowing that the program has been successful throughout the years, what does that say about him? Say about you as a wrestler, as somebody that's learning from him on a day-to-day basis?
I mean, I think it says our program it's been pretty steady. We've been able to take kids who didn't think to get a varsity match to like qualifying for state, the kids who just played it as a second sport to get ready for another sport, to loving it and maybe quitting the other sport. But I think it speaks mountains to Coach Champ to be able to get kids to stay out here and do probably one of the toughest sports in the world. Yeah, it speaks mountains to him to be able to make the practices fun, make something that's really hard fun, and make kids enjoy it.
Now you've been able to obviously enjoy it for the time you've been here. What is your plans for after high school? Do you have any idea as to what you're doing yet?
I haven't actually like decided yet. I've not closed the door on wrestling. It's still wide open. I would love to wrestle. I love the sport. I'm just waiting till after the season to see how everything like progresses. See if any offers come along. If not, I'll probably join my brother and sister at Oklahoma State.
So, going to Oklahoma State, that's kind of like that's a big deal. Obviously, I believe they just didn't they have that match against Iowa?
Yeah.
Outdoors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did you get a chance to watch that? And if so, what is that like?
I didn't get to watch it. I was actually really upset I didn't get to watch it because I was looking forward to it. I saw like the meet highlights, but going to Oklahoma State, I would probably be at every single. I wouldn't be on the mat. I'd be still watching every single match because obviously wrestling, I don't want it to ever not be a part of my life because it's really like helped me like shape me for who I am.
So what are the end goals for you this season? Obviously, this is senior year, half the season to go. So what is the end goal for you? I guess.
For me, the end goal would be to end up in the state finals. Obviously, every wrestler's goal is to win the state championship, but my goal last year was to make it to state. I think it should have been to place at state, but this year I don't want to say I want to place at state. I want to say I want to be in the championship. So just to give myself the extra drive. So yeah, I would say that my goal would be make it to the state championship.
So like you were saying, going to the finals as an individual is your top goal, but what as a team is the goal for you guys?
I think our goal since day one has been to win DVC. When we break it down, we always say DVC on 3. So I know we haven't always showed that we're capable of winning DVC because we've taken a few hard losses, but when we do wrestle well, when everybody wrestles well on our team, we wrestle as a team, I think we can beat anybody in the DVC. So I think that's a good goal for our team, and then after DVC comes regionals, we just take it step by step from there.
As a team, obviously you guys want to do well in the DVC, but you got a chance to see some other teams outside of the conference at the Donflavin Invite. So what is that experience like to be a part of that invitational?
It's been good to us the last few years. Ever since I was a sophomore, our team's always done pretty well at it. We went 2-1 the first day. We lost to DeKalb, which they're a good team. It was a close duel, but the second day we came out, we were flat. We didn't wrestle like we should have against the team. Champ gave us a talk after that, and then we kind of came out firing against the first team we wrestled, and then Batavia. So it was good to see. I mean, it was good to see like teams like Batavia because we'll see them at regionals.
Cool. Well, good luck the rest of the season. We hope to see you guys do well at in the conference at regionals, and hopefully we'll see you at state later on this year.
Thank you.